This is a Cincy fan talking with LP. You can catch me on Twitter. That's a Cincy fan talking. You say it like it sounds, just leave off the G. If you have ideas for the show, you can reach me at Cincy_fan talk at yahoo.com. If you have any suggestions for the show, make sure you leave them there. Who knows, you might find yourself as part of the show. Any feedback would be definitely appreciated. And also, make sure you hit the Linktree page that's on my Twitter. Make sure you click on that. You can find all the different ways to contact me there. Enjoy the show. What's up? What's to it, y'all out there in podcast land? Welcome to another episode of a Cincy fan talking with LP. And of course, this is your boy LP. Appreciate y'all sticking and staying, recording on a Wednesday night instead of a Tuesday night. I had some stuff to do, had some errands to run, kids to take care of, how the game go. But like I told y'all before, trying to stay consistent with the content, making sure y'all get it every 7, 6, 8 days this week, but trying to be as consistent as possible. Y'all know how the game go. Appreciate y'all rolling with your boy. Thanks y'all. Noticing an uptick in the listenership. Got people hit me up wanting to talk about this or that. Rarely agree. Rarely agree with my folks. I guess I'm just out there. Maybe y'all just out there. I don't know. Nobody's really right almost all of the time. We all have different ways we feel about things. Keep it respectful. Respect each other's point of view is all I can ask for. And we all been doing that, so I definitely appreciate that. Speaking of respecting others' points of view, let me, I'm jumping into some pseudo personal stuff and we're going to talk some WNBA. I think this is like the third time in a row. So the WNBA blowing up if I'm on this, but I find it interesting that we're having a lot of talk about Rookie of the Year. Everybody's in either the Angel Reese camp or the Caitlin Clark camp. And the interesting thing to me is, depending on how you're looking at how you want to judge it, that's who you're picking for your Rookie of the Year, which makes sense. But there's no hard guidelines into picking your Rookie of the Year or your MVP or whatever. I heard some people saying, well, I'm giving it to Angel Reese because her team is doing better, which I thought was super weird. Like, it's an individual award. How is that based on the entire team? That's weird to me. On the other side, you got folks like, well, Caitlin Clark got the best stats. And I'm like, if we going based on stats, why are we judging? It's just like the Billboard Awards, right? If you sell the most, you win the award. If you know me, if you've been rolling with your boy from day one, I am not an award show fan. So if I know the Billboard criteria, it's pretty easy. And if that's the way you're doing it, the person with the best stats, then we don't even need to have an argument. Just give it to Caitlin Clark. She's up in points for rookies. She's up in assists for rookies. Low-key up in turnovers for rookies, too. That's neither here nor there. The Caitlin Clark crowd don't like to hear that. Just like the Angel Reese crowd don't like to hear, she could do a little bit better with her three-point shooting and whatnot. That's how the game go. Nobody's really good at everything. It's how the game go. For me, if I'm picking an MVP or most improved player, or if I'm picking a Rookie of the Year, I'm taking all of that into consideration. I don't think that's a cop-out. I hear you over there like, LP, come on, that's a cop-out. But you can't just take one thing. It has to be everything. You have to look at how well the team is doing. Not only that, but how that person is playing into how well the team is doing. If the team is 30-6, But the rookie we talking about only gets 12 minutes a game and they scoring like 8 points. You're not rookie of the year. But if your team is, I don't know, 24-6, and you coming through with double doubles and you keeping your team afloat in the playoff race, you're looking like an MVP. However, if your team is, I don't know, 9-24, but you leading the league in points and assists and you pulling in triple doubles every night, but your team just not there, that's more like you balling. You can't help if your team trash. You balling. So to me, you got to look at it all. And if I'm choosing right now, today, who is the rookie of the year? I'm giving it to Caitlin Clark by like the smallest margin. And if you would have asked me a week ago, I would have said Angel Reese. I feel like Caitlin Clark is going to have the upper hand on Angel Reese. And let me go ahead and stop before I tell you why. Here's why. And this is the part I hate about the WNBA. I hate this for them for real. Because right now, you got a whole lot of people that don't know hoop, don't know ball, don't know the players, and they really don't know how the WNBA works. A lot of them don't know how hoop works. But they jumping in because Angel Reese is black and Caitlin Clark is white. Or they jumping in because they don't like the way Angel Reese plays and they love the way Caitlin Clark plays. Or they're jumping in because they think Caitlin Clark's entitled and they think Angel Reese is getting pooped on. I hate this. Like, if you love hoop, if you love ball, you hate this. Because what's happening is you got people that don't really know hoop and don't care about hoop coming in giving their 15 cents. And I talked about this last week and the week before. It absolutely sucks. Real life. But for me, how I'm judging it is based on all of that. And I feel like Caitlin Clark has the advantage because she plays guard. She plays point guard. She has the ball in her hand way more than Angel Reese does. Now, that's a positive and a negative. The positive is Caitlin Clark can control the flow of the game. She can get the ball to who needs to get the ball. She can get the assist up. She can get the points up. She can pick her spots. Angel Reese is more, she's kind of chained to stand in the paint, getting rebounds, kind of getting it done that way. It's a lot tougher for her to get the numbers. But on the other hand, Caitlin Clark plays one of the toughest positions in women's basketball. It is extremely hard to come in as a point guard and be really, really good. It is. It really is. And that's in any professional basketball league. But for her to come in and see how physical the WNBA is, and she's still succeeding is really, really good. Angel Reese is balling, but she's playing a position where it's easy for her to come in and do well because of the position. It doesn't require, now, don't get me wrong, it requires a lot. You basically the back end of the defense. When people reach and they mess up, you got to clean that up. That's hard to do. But if I'm choosing which is more difficult, Caitlin Clark's job is a lot more difficult. I mean, you basically have to run the show. You run the entire team. So if the numbers are about the same, Caitlin Clark is going to get it. I think what Angel Reese is doing is a lot tougher to do because she's consistent every single night. When you can expect a double-double from a rookie, that's amazing. So if she wins, I completely get it. If Caitlin Clark wins, I completely get it. I mean, it's a toss-up right now. I'm really not caring about how well either team does unless you see a team just start jumping up and getting to like the top four. If that happens, whoever that team is, whatever that player is, they're getting it. That's how it's gonna go. Like real talk. I'm kind of hyped to see what happens for the All-Star game. I kind of am. However, don't screw the pooch WNBA. Market it well. Get a real trophy. Get like a big trophy. Don't get that hockey puck trophy y'all did before. Like, really do it big, do it right, and let people know that this is a real league with real ballers. All right. Um, uh, I won't say I got a couple more things about it because I'm gonna just get upset. The fact that you got so many people that don't know hoop chiming in on some recklessness, it it bothers me. I mean, I'm on Twitter right now, and Caitlin Clark, she had this play where she just mopped the girl. Like, she leaned into her, hit her with the shoulder shrug, knocked her down. People saying the girl flopped. Caitlin Clark is always getting treated bad. You got other people talking about, oh, well, you know, it only happened because she white, so she got away with it. And I'm like, one, it was a foul. Flat out. You can tell it was a foul. And two, you a star in the league. You're going to get calls like that. You just are. Man, I can't count how many times James Harden has traveled, has pushed somebody in the solar plexus or something like that, right in the small of the back, knocked him down to like a 5-step back and shot a three, and then stared at him like, yeah, I do this. Yeah, you fouled the mess out of people in travel, my boy. Like, real facts, real talk. Harden a star. He could get away with that. Like her or hate her, Caitlin Clark is a star. She's going to get calls. Like it or not, Angel Reese is a star. She's going to get calls. She's going to whack somebody in the head, and they'll just call it a basketball play. And people will go like, no, I saw homegirl do that a couple weeks ago. She got a flagrant one. She not Angel Reese, though. She can do that. Other girl can't. Fact of the matter is, you want to see the stars play. You don't want to see the stars getting 3-4 fouls in the second quarter, because then they can't play. And people forget this. This is an entertainment league. These are entertainment leagues. And since they are entertainment leagues, everything's driven towards the, wait for it, entertainers. So you got people all in my mentions on Twitter talking about, what you mean she didn't foul her? Oh, what you mean? That I'm like, dude, it was a foul. Like, don't tell me that I'm not looking at a foul when I'm looking at a foul. If you tell me something like, oh yeah, I mean, that's a star right there, she gonna get that play, 100%. I agree with that 1,000%. If you telling me, nah, my boy, that ain't no foul because look, she had her leg down here and she didn't give her respect. Nah, chill. What are you talking about? I'm talking about my 11-year-old daughter. What are you even yapping about? She kills me with that. I'll talk about this next thing a lot more. I'll go into depth, a lot more depth of this topic. I'm just going to kind of touch on it briefly right now. This is a huge year for the Buckeyes. Not my Buckeyes I'm talking about when I play my college football game, which I have the full review about, because this is the first time in like 11, 12 years this game has came out. I can't wait. I'm ready. If you got an online dynasty league and you want your boy to show up and show out, let me know. All right? Hit me on Twitter. Catch the email at the end of this. Let me know. Listen, I'm down. I'm there. If it's for money, I don't know. Chill. I ain't played the game yet. But for the real life Buckeyes, this is a huge year. We down bad, y'all. Now, when I say we, you got to understand, this is an Ohio State household, all right? Met the wife there. First kid born in a hospital. First kid of mine born in a hospital. Me and the wife met there, got married, had kids, moved back down to Cincinnati, had our kids go to Columbus. We're always up there. We love the city. We down bad, y'all. Like, when you don't beat Michigan for 3 consecutive years, you down bad. And we down bad. Now, this gives me horror vibes back to when I went to Ohio State. This was back. Youngsters, if you're listening, LP is dating himself. This is back in the John Cooper era. We talking like late 90s, 97, 98, when we couldn't buy a win. Like, we jumping in the Buckeye Lake every single year. We got the fellas in our classes. I'm taking classes with the players. We interact a lot because, it's a big campus. It's a huge campus. But it just gets a lot smaller the more people you know. And we're all like, yeah, y'all got this year? And the fella's like, yeah, we got it. Couldn't get it done. Had to watch Charles Woodson hit the little pose on us. Desmond Howard. Ugh, bad times. Like I said, I'll get into more depth about it. But this is kind of me prefacing the whole thing by saying two things. One, if not this year, I don't know. And it's not because Michigan is down, because it really doesn't matter that Michigan is down. You feel me? Like, your rival is never down when you play them. I can't count how many times Michigan had the better team than we did, and we went in and smoked them. I can't count how many times we had the better team than Michigan, which was true the first 2 years of our losses. We had the better team, but we didn't have the better team because we lost. Last year, I was low-key surprised they kept it as close as they did. I mean, we had a good team, but Michigan had ballers. I mean, yeah, they was cheating. Yeah, but if I were a Michigan fan, I would have been frustrated because out of all the years, last year was a year that you don't need to cheat at all. You got a competent quarterback. You got a defense that's out of this world. You got a running game that's out of this world. You got an offensive line that's moving people. And you got wide receivers that can get the job done. So it's like, there's no need to cheat this year. And I'm not even saying they were cheating this year. I mean, the evidence looks crazy. The fact of the matter is, cheating or not, we took the L 3 years in a row. Like, unless they put an asterisk next to it or something like that, those L's count. They do. And LP, I've never been the one to be like, oh, well, you did this, you did that. I mean, we already knew they was cheating. So we had to do stuff to figure that out, and we didn't, and we took the L. If not this year, when? Because everybody came back. We got stars all around the ball, offense and defense, and they sleeping on Will Howard. I'm telling you. And they sleeping on Chip Kelly. What I feel so good about for this team is the fact that they're going to be running the ball this year. Like, it won't be one of those things where they run the ball 2 or 3 times to make you feel like they will, and they throw it 30 times in a row. Nah, Chip Kelly's not doing that. He runs the ball to pass the ball. I'm excited about that. If not this year, then when? Which leads me into the second thing. Maybe we wanted too much. That second year where we lost to Michigan, I feel like we wanted it too much. It was all the talk. Yeah, we lost last year. We got to win this one. We got to win this one. We got to win this one. Came out super tight. Here's the thing, and I'm going to kind of cap it on this. When Urban Meyer, when he was coaching the team, it felt like we knew we were going to win. So I won't say we didn't take it seriously. It wasn't like that. But it was more like they played loose. They didn't play not to lose. They played to win. So you see Urban Meyer calling plays that he did not call all year long. You will see crazy stuff. Like, y'all been saving this? This is crazy. And I feel like Ryan Day and the squad, I feel like for the last couple of years, they've been playing not to lose. Like, because you kind of get tight when you're like, we should beat this team. We lost last year. We got to beat this team. And they came out tight, and they didn't loosen up until later. And by then, it was a little bit too late. I feel like what Chip Kelly is going to bring is, look, if we play the way that we're supposed to play, we're going to beat them. We are. So what we got to do is we just got to go out here and take the game. We have to play to win. When I was coaching, the games that scared me the most weren't the games against the really good teams. I wasn't really concerned about that because I knew the fellas would come to play. My one fear was playing our rival, that team that I now I gotta give myself props. I was 8-0 against our rival. I've never lost to them. But what scared me so much about the game was the fact that the kids will pump it up so much. So this was like a charter school, and there were two charter schools, and they were owned by the same company, which made us like super duper rivals. Like we would see each other in Michigan when we had to go to like the conferences. We see each other out and about, and it was always like, hey, what's up, cool. We coming to see y'all, right? No football teams or nothing like that. It was just all basketball. That's all we cared about. And the kids in class, oh man, we gotta beat them. We gotta beat them. We gotta beat them. Hey, Mr. P, man, we gotta beat them, man. And I always calm them down, like, look, we just do what we need to do. We'll get the W, okay? Just listen to me, relax, breathe. We'll carry this W. Just do what we supposed to do and just go out there and play. I will always say that. Man, this is basketball. It's supposed to be fun, y'all. Go out here and play, score, jump into the press, get the ball, score. And I'll be like, rinse and repeat. That's the goal. I feel like Ohio State got away from that. They got away from, look, let's go out here and ball. Let's take this W. And they're more like, okay, let's not do this because it might not work. Yeah, it might not work, but it might work. I mean, you got Michigan calling the same play 2 years in a row where they pass it, where they hand it to the running back, and then he does like the little 2 steps in and then throws it to the tight end. They've done that 2 plays in a row. If it works again, I might break my foot when I kick the chair. I'm just saying. But, hey, Michigan fans, get at me. Like, what you think is going to happen this year? Y'all think y'all got the W? Y'all think us Ohio State fans are a little overconfident? Or are you really super shook? Or you think this might be the year that might be over? Because in our like 7-8 game winning streak, there were a couple of years I was like, yeah, this might not be the year. They might finally get one. Then we pull it out and I'm like, yeah. Y'all feel like this the year for y'all Michigan fans? Get at me. I'll put that in. I'll put that in the Twitter. Make it a poll question because I'm curious. I've known so many Michigan fans, y'all, and I don't count a lot of the ones like on Twitter. There's a few on there that's super cool who I talk to, but a lot of them be on some crazy mess because a lot of Ohio State fans in there be on some crazy mess. So, but I've interacted with a lot. I got a couple really good friends that are Michigan fans. Super cool. I only hate them once a year and only for 3 hours. So, I mean, super cool. Yo, before I dip on out of here, I had some more stuff, but like I said, I got more stuff to jump into next week, so we're gonna kind of slide that down there. Yeah, so I finally cut the cord. Well, I did this like a year ago. I think it was around like August last year. And like I told y'all, this was like kind of like in the beginning of us really going through it after we lost our beautiful Jazzy, and we were in the house a ton, just kind of reminiscing, crying a lot, and which still happens. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. It's not as much, but it's still it's always gonna be there. So I always tell people that it's always gonna be there. It's not one of those things where it's gonna go away. We've kind of we're with the understanding that we're going to think about our kid on a regular basis, a daily basis, and sometimes it's going to give us smiles, sometimes it's going to kind of break us down a little bit, but we're holding strong and, we're still holding it down. So, we're chilling in the house, kind of doing our thing, just chilling out, watching TV, and we're rolling with Spectrum. I'm not going to hold y'all up. I mean, it's cable. So if you live around here in Ohio, then you're rolling with Spectrum. And I just happened to look at the bill because I didn't have a chance to look at it in a while. And I'm like, does that say 306? Nah, hold up. Am I looking at a bill that says $306 for cable and internet? So we started making decisions. And it's one of those things where you're to the point where you can pay it, but why? Why are you throwing away good money? And then you start looking at what you watch, and I'm like, man, we don't watch this. I had a good friend who was working at the school I was working at before, and I was telling him one day, like, he was like, so, what do you use? I'm like, yeah, we still with Spectrum. And he was like, LP, I thought you would have cut the cord by now. And I'm like, why would you say that? He's like, because you real tech savvy. Like, you know this stuff. You know what you're doing. You could easily figure something else out. And I kind of took that with me and looked at the bill. I'm like, dude, we got to figure something else out. So we started looking around, kind of cruising through, and we saw YouTube TV pop up. And I'm like, you know what? They got the trial. Let's give it a shot. So 7 days go by. I'm like, dude, loving it. Ditch the cable. And here's the crazy part, y'all. I got the YouTube TV. We added on Showtime. We added on HBO. We added on Stars. We added on the Sports Plus channel, which, by the way, you can just take that off whenever you feel like it. So there's no football on. So I just got rid of the Sports Plus and I just added back on in September. Real cool. My bill is $112. And you're like, so what about the internet? Ditch that too. Got on with our provider, our wireless provider, $25 a month. Excellent service. So we looking at a $135 bill. And there's some flaws when you're dealing with basically an internet service. I mean, there are some flaws. Sometimes we end up behind on live events, which absolutely sucks when I'm seeing people on my timeline going, hey, touchdown. And I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen on this play? You already told me, jerk. Which sucks. I say that's my biggest thing. And every now and again, it just completely glitches out and starts over. I would say that happens like once every other month. When it happens, it absolutely sucks. But it's so rare, I don't even think about it. But the interface is super easy to use. Unlimited DVR. Unlimited DVR. We just record whatever. Now, it goes away after 9 months, but if it comes on again, the 9 months restarts. So, it's super cool. You get a lot of the same channels you get on. Almost all of the channels that you get on cable, you get on YouTube TV. If you're trying to cut the cord, I would personally recommend you get either, if you want the cable experience but don't want the cable prices, you should get either YouTube TV or Hulu with live TV. We did the trial there too. It was amazing. It was a little more though when you started adding on channels. So we said, forget that. One of those two channels, if you want all of the luxuries of cable, but you don't want to pay the cable prices. Now, if you're like, I don't even watch that much TV, don't get either one of these because it's still kind of pricey. I know a lot of people like, man, I'm not paying $100 for that. And we're like, we just paid $300. You think we're not paying $100? You absolutely crazy. But some people are like, dude, I'm not paying $100 for no cable, for no YouTube TV. I'm like, I get it. This is not for you. But cutting the cord has been great. And the part that I didn't figure out this part at first. Since you're using YouTube TV, it works so well on your phone. It works so well. The Spectrum app just didn't work as well as it should. It moves slower when you change the channels. The channels just would glitch out sometimes. It was weird. But since YouTube TV is YouTube TV, it just moves so much faster on your phone. Sometimes I watch stuff on my phone because I can just move with it and it moves faster. Real talk. But if you're going to do this, make sure you have good internet. You don't want your stuff lagging on you. And just check the prices. Oh, and you get all of your local channels with YouTube TV. Real smooth. Now, things change. And if the price keeps creeping up and creeping up, I might have a little bit something to say. Because for me, that's the biggest minus for me. It hasn't moved up in a while, but as they get more channels, they raise up the price. My brother has had YouTube TV for a long time, and he told me that YouTube TV only costed him like $45. It only cost him $45. I was like, say what? Because the base for me was like 70. He like, yeah, man, my bill just keep going up. It's like, hey, well, I'm like, ooh, don't say that. Chill. Don't say that. You scare me when you say stuff like that. But it's been a really pleasant experience with YouTube TV so far. I wouldn't be mad if they added some more channels that kind of cater to, how I live and what I do. But I'll just keep emailing them and see what they do, see what they say. All right, y'all. So we're about to go ahead and tip on out of here. We're going to wrap this up a little quicker than normal. Next week, stay tuned. We're going to jump into some stuff I've seen about TV in the past couple of years. We're going to jump into that. We're going to truly break down why this would be a great year for Ohio State. We're going to truly break that down. So we got more stuff on that. Got some more odds and ends stuff that pop up during the week, and tell y'all why I'm not ready for school. Yo, look, I am not ready to give this summer stuff up. I'm not. I feel it creeping up on me. Brand new school, new kids, new subject. It'll be social studies and math this year. I'm a little leery about teaching social studies in this climate, so we're going to get into that. I'm not extra worried, but people on some mess nowadays. So we're going to jump into that next week. Y'all make sure y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a great one. Enjoy the summer. Stay cool. Make the AC your best friend because it is absolutely lovely. Until next week, y'all. Life is good. Peace out. If you're not ready for the conversation to end, I'm not either. Make sure to catch me on Twitter. That's the Cincy Fan Talking. Leave off the G at the end of it, and we can keep the conversation going. Also, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button so you can catch the next episodes. The episodes will drop every Tuesday. If there's a change in that, I'll make sure to let you know. Appreciate the support. As always, life is good.